And we're back with a quick tutorial slash maybe a review of Hardspace Shipbreaker. And I'm just going to call it Shipbreaker. It's an easier way to describe this thing. Now, excuse me while I'm a little distracted here, trying to chop apart a ship at the same time as trying to describe what you're doing. It gets a little bit tricky, especially when you're on a clock. That's the whole point of this. You're on a clock doing this. You have 15 minutes to get this all done. Well, you could take your time if you want, but sort of the general gist of the game is you want to do things quickly because you're always on a timer, and time is money for you. In other words, you owe a lot of money to the company who put you here, and you have to pay it off. Though, in all fairness, that's not the sort of ultimate goal of the game. Really, you want to complete your work orders. Work orders there up in the top right. Now, your work order is what allows you to get access to shiny new tools and toys, and upgrade all your equipment. That's all you really care about, because the money aspect of this game doesn't really seem to do much at the moment. So long as you make $500,000 every shift, which is not that bad, actually. You'd think it would be very difficult, but no, it turns out making $500,000 from scrapping spaceships pretty easy to do every day. So the main goal is to finish... Oh, great. Did I get that? Yep. So the main goal is to grab as much as you can out of a ship in 15 minutes. But first, to get your work order complete. As long as your work order is complete, you don't care because you get shinier toys next time round. That's it. Now, those little things we're chopping up, they're the pins that sort of hold the ship together. And now let's get out our boop gun. That's my technical term for it. It allows you to just pop things about the place a bit. It also comes with a tether mechanism. So we're going to grab a tether onto that one. And where do you think you're going? Nope. You're going to blue recycling, or processing as it's called. Those are nanocarbon stuff. If you don't know where things should be going, just hover your cursor over it. For example, if I hover over that door, it says processor in the bottom middle there. That just means that, yeah, that's where it goes. There's red recycling, which is the furnace. Oh, come on. Up a little bit. When you're working around things that are very dangerous and highly volatile, my advice, use the pin cutter. The pin cutter is much slower, but you won't accidentally blow yourself up, which is, good. Now, in here, we've actually got the reactor. But first, we're going to just grab that out as well. And before we take the reactor out, let's pop out this last bottom chunk here. You, out of the way, come on. We need you gone. And the reactor is one of the things on our work tab there up in the top right. So the moment we grab this, link it down to the bottom, try and get it to go straight down, it will rip it out. However, it's immediately going to give that emergency signal. That means it's going to pop. As in, if you just let that there and leave it there, and just rip it out of its foundation without doing anything, it will eventually just explode. Not good, but that's the way it is. You, come over here. Over here. This cutter is the fastest cutter, but it also has the shortest range if you want to do things accurately. It's a bit of an annoyance. Where's that? Yeah, okay, we're good that direction. Let's go grab all of the insides here. We want to chop up all of the little pins that are holding us together. You can fill in the T-view to find them, but honestly, after you've done a ship like a dozen times, you kind of have a fair idea where they are. You over here. Oh, I should point out, one advantage of this, or one thing that's not obvious is, the moment you start cutting, you can just look away. The game automatically just continues the animation for you. You don't have to keep looking, which means you can immediately start moving on to the next part of your job if you're fast enough. And I should probably grab all the goodies that are in here as well. Normally these ships have some goodies like, repair packs, health, all that kind of good stuff. Is there fuel in here would be very nice. I'm actually a little bit lower in fuel than I'm comfortable with. Nope, there is no fuel in here. Damn it. Well, let's rip out the bottom of this ship. These are the chairs. There's actually... Well, it may seem silly to get the chairs, not really worth that much. Some of your certifications require you to get more chairs. Certifications allow you to work on bigger and better ships. So to get from level, I think up to level 5, or is it 5 or 6? I can't remember. You need to get X amount of chairs. So don't forget to grab all the chairs. One cool thing about this hook gun is you can actually use momentum to slingshot things around the place, not just boop things. Alright, done. Now we want to get in between the walls. To get in between the walls, what I like to do first is rip out the rear engine. This thing back here. Come on. You'd think this would go into something like, I don't know, fancy electronics in the barge below, but no. It goes into processing for some reason. Don't ask me why. This, however, does go into the barge. Fancy processing down below, or above, I suppose this now. Though realistically in space there is no above or below. Perfect. Oh, engine. Forgot that one. I always forget the second engine. come here, you.
Deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
Come on. That's way too slow, but I don't want to damage the engine. These things are worth a fortune. Off you go. The engine out of the way, that leaves us free to crack open into the center of the ship. We just grab this sucker here. I think the first time I did this was the time where the game really dawned on me. It's like, wow, we get to rip these things down to their bare building blocks. That's pretty much what you're doing. Now, and when you do rip off the back, do remember there's a couple of fuel canisters back here. So let's remember to chuck those downstairs. They are here for the barge, not for processing. Ooh. You go in there. Okay, this gives us access to the insides of the ship. Now, is this the side? No, this is not the side with the airlock. The airlock that's in this ship, yeah, you gotta be careful. The airlock's a pain in the butt to deal with. You go. And there's also that giant electrical battery in there. Make sure you don't point your laser beam anywhere near it when you're firing stuff, or it will explode. It sucks being incinerated. Not that I've been incinerated recently. Also, there's that thing behind us. That's a whatchamacallit. That's cooling. It can freeze stuff, which can allow you to do some funky things like smash walls, because it'll freeze the metal and then the metal will shatter when you fire things at it with the boop gun. I'm not going to risk that though. We're just going to take a very simple way of going through here. Cut all of that out. Now when we get out to the other side, we can just literally rip the walls off the whole way along. Let's see, let's grab you there. Come on.
Caution, tether supplies are low.
Yep, they're about to get even lower because the whole side of the ship's gone. Done. Oh crap, I missed.
Your oxygen reserves are low. Note that excess carbon dioxide can cause damage to next equipment.
Problem solved. Now we need to get the power cell over here.
Valuable object processed. Credits awarded.
Stay far away from it. And boop it down. And oops. Okay, what happened there was, that was where the ice tank was. And when I pulled out the power supply, I made a rookie mistake. I pulled out the power supply first instead of the ice tank. Or the cryo tank. When you pull out a power supply, it will arc electricity everywhere. And if there's anything nearby that's explosive, that stuff will explode. Annoying, but... Alright, we'll grab some tethers. Alright, that is quite a decent chunk of the ship down, and we've got 7 minutes left to go. We're actually doing quite well. We're on schedule. Is there any bits we've missed? No, don't think so. That should be able to come off then, is it? How has that not come off? How have I messed up? It's always something you're going to miss. Come here, you. That's got to go. Alright, done. That means we can get rid of that. Oh, I should probably take some of the stuff that's in here out. When you're using this thing, you can literally twist and turn and everything in it will just stay exactly where it is. It's sort of like... It looks like a rope, but really it's more like one of those collars you use to grab dogs or animals that are, rabbit that you stick around their neck. It's kind of like that, except sort of variable sized. Wherever you zap them from, it goes. And let's grab some more electronics. Ooh, that's probably going to pop. Yep, that's going to pop. You, go down there. Everything we're getting from now on is gravy. And what we want to do is try and rip this entire ship down to its bare bones. Nope, nope, out of there. Out. What else is left? Oh, you.
Salvage deposit accepted. Credits transferred.
You are also for the barge. Get out of here. Come on. I think we've done a decent job on that ship so far. What have we missed? Oh, we missed another one over here. You. Anything else left? I'm going to have a quick look at the overview. I know it's slightly confusing. We've missed those side ones down here. 1 minute. We got to strip off the whole right side. Left side? Right side? Yeah, maybe I should see where I'm going first. Oh, jeez. This side, though, we have to be much more careful. The airlock is still in position, and I want to try something new with the airlock, but that involves not popping it open. So we're going to use the pin cutter. Pin cutter's not nearly as fast as the other one, and you have to keep pointing at it until you're done, which is why it's not preferred. Done. Let's get through. Come on. Oh, yeah, let's not puncture the tank of cryo fuel. Cryo, whatever the hell it is. Now, I will say this about the game. I'm not sure I like it, but I'm not sure I dislike it. I've played enough hours of it recently that I'm like, yes, I do. There's something here. I'm just not sure what it is just yet. Maybe it appeals to my repetitive nature.
About 5 minutes left in this shift, Cutter.
Oh, what
Don't
was
bite
that?
off more than you can chew.
Was that keys?
We're out.
Yes, that was keys. We will take those. Utility keys. Thank you very much. Yeah, there's some keys that can allow you to do bypass certain problems later on instead of having to cut things open. Let's go. What are you doing? Did I catch the ship? I think I caught that. Perfect, perfect. You go there. Boom, boom, and boom. Why is that one not coming off? Did I miss something? No, we didn't miss anything.
Valuable object.
That
Credits
seems... Damn it, that must be the airlock itself. Those things are annoying. Alright. Well, we're going to go grab this. This is the cockpit. Yeah, the entire cockpit has come off. Oops. We're going to take the entire cockpit and we're going to shove it into one of these processors. This is not perfect. There's some glass in there that I should really take care of as well, but I'm not going to. You can come off. Hey, come here. The glass should be going into a different recycling area, and there's a few other things that should be going into the furnace. I'm just not going to do that. It's too much effort sometimes to strip out smaller bits.
salvage secured.
Okay.
Credits deposited.
You down here was that. That is... You were for processor. And you are the airlock. Now, this whole metal chunk bit here
Object not accepted.
at the back,
Please
this is all stuff that needs to be going into the furnace. But what we're going to do is we're going to chop open this airlock. That's a bad idea. Oh, I was hoping that it'd explode. Oh, there we go. My hopes were not in vain. I was hoping that it knocked it off. I haven't found a way to detach the airlock from the rest of the ship. There's no cut points that I can see. I think you may need to get an upgrade later on to do it. So the airlock is basically stuck on there. And if you want to recycle it, you've got to basically throw it into there, into the processing. But I would rather get all the aluminum out of this and the titanium. So the whole thing's going into the furnace. But that was my attempt at trying to smash open the airlock using the air pressure inside. Kind of futile. Oh, there's still a med pack on there. 1 minute, this is not going as well as I was hoped. We're going to have to burn through a lot of tethers here, I think, to get this to work right. Come on, come on. Stop giving me red tethers.
Tether supplies running low.
Yeah, tell me something I don't know. Come on. When in doubt, tether it out. Come on, move it. How much time have we got left? We got 2 minutes and 7 seconds, and that is the last of the ship. Pretty sure that's all of the ship that's left. Booping it at this point will have absolutely no effect. Also, don't get too close to the furnaces or the processor. If you get too close, you will get sucked in. Your recycling value is worth about $8.17. Yep, it's a dark world. Okay, and that should be it. What are you? You are furnace stuff? Cool. Go in. And you're all furnace stuff as well. Off you go. And you'll see I'll not lose some money here, but up in the top left you see processing structure element. Destroyed panel nanocarbon. We lost 450 kilos of this stuff as it got demolished. Beautiful. But we got an awful lot of scrap. 1.5 tons. 1.9 tons. Alright, there's a few scraps left lying around the place, but I really don't care that much. That's like all furnace stuff, and it's just not worth the effort really of caring. So we'll just call that a shift. We've got 1 minute 12 seconds left and a fully demolished ship behind us. This here is your end of day report. It tells you how much money you made. The main things to take away here are the panels, the nanocarbon. If you can rip off all of those, they're actually almost worth as much as the Class 1 reactor. It takes an awful lot more effort to take off all those panels, but if you're going to demolish down a whole ship down to the, what's it they call it? The full buffalo, you might as well take off all the nanocarbon you can. So it's worth $500,000. The nacelles, the two nacelles we got were worth 75,000 a piece, so they're worth quite a bit. But just the reactor alone will pay for your room and board for the month. So every shift. So the reactor alone is worth it. Everything else is just gravy on top of that, to be honest. Now, let's have a quick look at... Where is it? There's sort of a progression system where you can improve your character as you go along. No, there's your costs. Oh, came in at under 500 grand. We must have paid off some for debt. Equipment. First thing is repairs. This is really counterintuitive, but you have repair kits that you buy outside the ship when you're at work. I don't know how to buy them inside the ship, but you can buy those repair kits and then you can repair your equipment, but you can only repair your equipment inside the ship. So you do it in here and you have to repair stuff. Your laser is going to get worn out, and so does this, it seems. I don't know if it's just I'm smacking them off things or they just end up getting damaged. You can also go in here and upgrade them. I've got a few heat capacity upgrades because I found that very useful. I'll probably get a few range ones, but I've been holding off on upgrades just so I could do this demonstration with stuff you're going to have pretty early on. My advice, though, for the early stuff would be get yourself... Is it a... No, not suit integrity. Thrusters. The movement thrusters, they immediately increase your movement speed by, I think it's plus 4 ms per second. That's immediately what you want to take. That's just immediately the first thing you're going to want to get because it speeds up your movement, which is just great for everything. Plus, if you get used to the slower speed, when you get up to the faster speed, it messes with you. So your very first upgrade, get the speed, it's worth it. After that, I would probably go with the helmet for getting oxygen. That just means you have less worries running back and forth all the time. The two of those combined they'll pretty much get you through most of the early game. After that, you can play around with what you want. Personally, though, I would recommend you get the increased grapples at the moment they become available. Grapples or the tethers are insanely handy, so yeah, definitely invest in them. After you've decided what equipment upgrades you want and done all that stuff, you can go in here and have a look at certifications. The first certification you're going to get going through the tutorials. It's only when you get to level 4 that you start to actually run into things you're going to have to work at. For example, to complete this one, you need to complete 6 work order objectives, grab 1 reactor, 1 power cell, get 15 pieces of furniture, and get the credits. The furniture and the credits are probably the ones that are going to take you the longest. This is the only reason to get money, by the way, is just to complete these two certifications. So for the next one, I'm going to have to get a whole bunch more money. But as you go up in levels, as in once I gained access to level 5, we can go in here to start shift. We're going to view ship catalog. You can see here there's the different ship grades, but currently this is grade 3, grade 2, grade 1. Grade 1 is the training one that they give you that, you can just set a practice on. You still have to make money on it, but it's at least easy, simple to practice on, and there's very little danger. You'll notice in here there's very low hazard ratings. This is just medium hazard ratings, and then when you go up one more level, you'll see it just increases the amount of danger you're going to face, as in probably power cells, frozen tanks, that kind of stuff. But there is more money available. For example, this one has a total value of 5 million. These ones only have about a value of 3.5 to 4. There's 5.6. There's also a few different variants. These are all still macros. They're just slightly different variants. Review-wise of the game, what I think of it, I'm still not sure, to be honest. I don't know. It's crashed out on me about 4 or 5 times, so do bear in mind this is very much early access still. At the same time, the core gameplay mechanic seems to be you have to gain up levels, and every time you gain up levels, you gain access to new ships. But you do have to grind away the ships a few times, and when you do, it's sort of like pulling a puzzle apart. For example, when I first started taking apart the ship, the first few times, I never got close to demolishing the whole thing down. I mean, I got at the work order and a few bits and pieces, but as you get better and better at it, you get to sort of like just learn the weak points of the ship and rip it apart, and it feels good. Though I don't know what the longevity is. Give me some more time. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and good luck.